Right, there we go, I'm live. So I made it work. Hello, Frogmaster, how's it going, mate? I first thought I'd go live for the first ever time on YouTube. I'm shucking some oysters for the first time. I bought them from the fishmongers the other day, and I was going to do a content idea with them. I didn't get around to it, so I figured I'd just use it as an opportunity now to have a go at shucking some oysters and having a late night snack in the process. I've got 7 oysters. I've already eaten one of them here. So yeah, don't judge my oyster shucking skills. This is a little oyster shucker here. So you got to get it in. So you got the part of the oyster here. This is how you recognise it. Basically, how I've learned from YouTube videos is, did you make that recent pie based on comment left recently? Most things I make are based on comments, so probably is the answer to the question. Yeah. So for the oyster, how you shuck an oyster? You get your knife in the top of it like there, that little top bit, and you jam it in, you wiggle, but you also use a tea towel for better grip and to like get inside the oyster. So it's like a bit of a this and a shimmy. What's my favourite protein? Probably lamb. I would go for. Yeah, Johnny, I'll try and do some more breakdown videos. I'm starting to do long form now, so there'll be 5 long form videos coming out before Christmas. They're all filmed. I just need to tweak the edits a little bit. I've got a videographer to do a lot of it for me. Oh, there we go. So the oyster shucker in, you give it a little wiggle, and you pop, and you scrape down the top of it to like release the oyster from the top. And then, oh, loads of water in this one. Oh, she's a squirter. And then, oh, loads of fucking liquid in there. Got your oyster. I bought them 4 days ago, so they definitely need eating. I was going to do some content with them, but I just never got around to it. So I never actually thought of the idea. I just saw them at the fishmonger. I was like, you know what? I'll give them a go. Hopefully, I'll think of something to do with them before they go off. But I didn't. So the most classic thing to put oysters in, I think it's crazy. So I've got various. This is like a bit of a. It's a jalapeno relish. I just added some avocado and coriander to make a bit of a fake guac type thing. So I reckon a bit of that, and a splash of Tabasco. You're a ledge, BTW. Thanks very much. A little guac and Tabasco oyster. El Burrito Live. This is first ever YouTube live. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna eat 8 oysters for a late night snack. I may as well make an oyster somehow. I mean, you do get different size oysters, to be fair. So if I found like a small one and a big one, right, I might open 2 at a time and see if I can get different size oysters and see if I can jam one oyster inside another oyster. So yeah, if anyone new, there's your oyster. Apparently, the way I've only shucked like 5 oysters in my life up to this point. So apparently, you get the shucker into that little bit there. You like jam it in, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You make it pop. Yeah. And how do you get good at shucking oysters? By doing it. So that's anything I do. I just did it at home and learned how to do it. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, and pop. There we go. I'm already getting better at it. So I popped it, and now wipe down the knife because you want to get the dusty bits from the outside on the inside of the oyster, and then you just scrape along the top, pull that off, and there is an oyster. Because they're 4 days old, I'm smelling them before I eat them. I think eating 8 oysters is a bit of a gamble because like, oh, it's one bad oyster and it's game over. But my policy with the food poisoning is, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. And like every time you get food poisoning, I like to flip them over because the underside is actually prettier than the top side. So when you get them, flip them over. I'll shuck another one and hopefully we'll get a different size oyster. This is a girthy boy, yeah. So this is probably gonna be a really big oyster. What's my favourite pasta dish? Probs lasagna. Late night's only 2 p.m. Well, it's not even late night for me, but it's like 10 o'clock here, 10 p.m. Can you really eat oysters 4 days old, lol? Well, no, but I bought the oysters 4 days ago, and like, they're not that cheap. I don't want to waste them. Because someone Google how many days after you buy oysters you need to eat them. I think 4 days is certainly pushing it, but they have been in my outside cold fridge at an aggressively cold temperature. But like, if it makes me sick, I'll do a funny post about it tomorrow morning. This guy fell off though. Shorts maybe. Longer vids no interested because you condition him to shorts. Yeah, Matthew, it doesn't really matter. I can make the shorts myself. The long form were edited by someone else that weren't me, so it's never going to perform as well. I don't have time to edit. This social media stuff keeps you surprisingly busy. Right, jam it in, wiggle, wiggle. There we go. It's popped. Wipe down the blade because you don't want to get the dust on the inside. Now scrape it off the top like that and pop. So this is a bit of a girthier oyster. Shame I can't angle it down slightly. You love the songs, they're the longs. Oh, cheers, man. Ollie, can you do a video of you being a tank before and how you got into running? I know people will be buzzing. All right, I mean, yeah, so I currently weigh 103 kilos. I used to weigh about 135, so Katie, you should be fine with 4 days. All right, thanks, Katie. Well, I'm committed to the bit now. A little bit. I used to hate oysters. I think I used to find the texture really off-putting, but I think with the amount of textures I've had now, I think a bit of an oyster. Your videos have never left my algorithm for 2 years. Oh, cheers, Callum. Where's the scram? Silapante, you either waste some money throwing them away or waste a couple of hours on the toilet. Balanced choice. When are we getting a Mexico vlog burrito, man? Oh, to be fair, I'm definitely going to Mexico next summer. Right. So you get this side of the oyster. It's a bit ugly. Let's see if I can try and show it to you. Then you give it a little flip. Flip. Oh, hang on, it's still attached. Give it a little. I'm really struggling with this. I don't know. They're kind of similar size, these two. Anyone got any? I basically have every condiment under the sun for oysters. It's got to be something sour and vinegary. Tabasco is the obvious choice. What else could you do with it? You could just do vinegar, I guess. Tell you what, I'll do an Asian inspired oyster. So I don't really fancy grating garlic and ginger right now, but I'll go splash of fish sauce. There we go. Soy sauce as well. A splash of fish sauce, splash of soy sauce, and then obviously a bit of rice wine vinegar. Asian oyster, let's go. You wouldn't eat one if I paid you. Nutella, lemon and lime, oysters Rockefeller. That requires a bit more time than I've got right now. Right, let me quickly eat. That's a lot of soy sauce. Well, that's the best oyster yet. I want spice in it. Frank's Red Hot, lemon and soy sauce. Do I actually have? I don't actually think I've got Frank's Red Hot. I've got so many hot sauces. Let's see if I can flip the camera. I've got a bit of a hot sauce thing there. I've got a ridiculous shelf filled with hot sauces here as well. Various stuff. I don't have Frank's though. I'll tell you what, I'll do some of my. I got a guy to make me some hot sauces a while ago, so they're custom. What's the most you forked out on food to make a video? Oh, I've done 150 quid before, easy, maybe 200 even. Some of them can get quite expensive. Loving the life that you plan on doing anymore. Maybe. I'm only doing this live because I bought a bunch of oysters and I was like, right, let's eat oysters. I've got a homemade Scotch bonnet salsa here. So I can do a little salsa oyster. Any kind of vinegar-based hot sauce. Yeah, any kind of vinegar. But if you don't have a vinegary hot sauce, like a normal hot sauce, then you just need to put a bit of vinegar on it as well. So, I don't know if any of you are familiar with this brand of hot sauce. It's one of my favourites, to be fair. El Yucateco, is it called? Yeah. They do, like, various different hot sauces. This brand, they're all really good. Skiing this winter? Hell yeah, I'm doing skiing this winter. I'm going for a long weekend in 4 weeks. In 4 weeks and 2 days. Long weekend. I'm going with my family for New Year. Where do you order your MSG from? I get it on Amazon. I get my MSG in a little pouch, and then I tip it out from the pouch into this little ropey looking MSG tub that I've had for years. Just it's good to have the label. That's just a good bit. I don't know. I just did it and stuck with it. Now we're talking Scotchies. Bro's good at what he does, but my God, mental illness is real. I'm just having fun, bro. I'm just having fun. Would I do some sort of budget-friendly series? Hell yeah. I have quite a lot of budget meals anyway, to be fair. Do I do Ancona hot sauces? Not a big fan of Ancona, actually. It's whenever you get hot sauces where the first ingredient is water, I'm a little bit suspicious of them. Katie, you've got these hot sauces, do you? The green and black Yucateco are the best. Oh, I love the green one. The blacks, I've got that somewhere, actually. It's super smoky, the black one. You've got to really commit to the smokiness. Stick to the shorts, lad. You're good. Yeah, well, I've filmed a bunch of long forms now. The shorts I do myself. The long forms I expedited that to someone else. But did I go culinary school? No, I didn't go culinary school. I've just been teaching myself since I was 10 years old. I just cooked for me and my sister at home. What type of skiing or the? I don't walk up hills to ski now. I go places with lifts. France most. I'm going Val Thorens and different French ones. Do I eat everything I make? Yeah, I eat about 4,000 calories a day. 80 kilometers running a week. You need to fuel up. How many restaurants are you opening? I'm going to do pop-ups. Pop-ups are the fun way to do. So, fun fact about pop-ups: there's a bunch of bars around the country that have kitchens that they just don't use, and they're quite keen to get me in to do a pop-up, and they'll even let me use the kitchen for free. With the idea of people come to the pop-up and they keep the bar, so everyone comes in, buys food, and they get a whole bunch of extra customers for the bar. So there's a whole bunch of like semi-quiet bars. And in like, they're really busy at this time of year, but in like January, February, March, when they're all quiet, they're really keen to get people in. So I'm looking to do some pop-ups in January, February, March. When you get to 1 million subs, will you make a £1,000 burrito? Maybe. I don't know how I'd do it. I'm not about the gold leaf life. I don't want to add like silly stuff to it for the sake of it, or just like, oh yeah, I'll add a bit of truffle to make it. Anyway, next oyster, and I'll carry on reading the stuff. So oyster, Scotch bonnet salsa. It's probably not quite vinegary enough. So I'll tell you what, I'll get a lime out. Here we go. I almost lost the end of my thumb to a mandolin today. It was very ropey. In fact, there's the almost, where the mandolin almost went to my thumb. I caught it just in time. Can you request more Sorted Food collaboration? Yeah, if Sorted Food invite me back on, I'm so there. I've been a fan of Sorted Food for, honestly, like 10, 12 years. So I'm 28 now. I was watching Sorted Food. Actually, it was probably 10 years because it was when I was at uni. So 9 years. So second year of uni, I think I started watching Sorted Food from my bedroom. Then 4 years later, I started making my own food videos. So they basically inspired me at the start. What's my favourite type of supermarket mayonnaise? Okay, so my hot take with mayonnaise is, so certain foods like mayo, it's all about the enjoyment to calorie ratio. Because you get full fat mayo, and it's just like, I like a big splodge of mayo. That's like a good 700 calories you can add just a single meal with mayo. So I go for Heinz light mayo. It's like 30% of the calories, and it's almost as good. Again, it's almost, so it's not quite, but it's one of those where like the trade-off is worth it. And you get light mayo, you add some garlic, lemon juice, salt, pepper. Like, you make it bang so easily. I've had mutton rolls with ketchup. No, I don't think I have. Cheers, Jack. Have a good sleep, mate. I will be doing some pop-ups. I'll be posting about it before I do. Did England really lose so many pub kitchens? Yeah. Hospitality is a tough space at the moment. Am I planning on any collabs with any other content creators? Not currently. I'm actually a bit of an introvert, really. I spend most of my time just on my own. I live on my own. Spend most of the days on my own. I quite like it. So every now and again, I do a collab. But it's if I do a collab with someone, it'll be with someone who I'm actually just mates with. Problem is with the content space is it's like you follow someone follows you, and you follow them back, and then the first thing they message you is, "Oh, could we do a collab?" and stuff, and it seems all very transactional. I just want to make videos with my friends, so I don't know if any of you follow like some of my best mates, like people like Chef Phoenix. If you guys follow him, he is honestly such a good lad. I saw him last night. I'll be seeing him tomorrow night. Him, Big Nibbles, aka Jake, really fun guy. You thought I lived with I used to live with my mum. Me and Chef Phoenix are definitely going to do another pop-up, to be fair. It'll probably come to my house because I've got more space. Right. Oyster, Scotch bonnet salsa, squeeze of lime juice. It's not. Oh, there you go. Lovely. Do I have ADHD, lol? I've never been tested for it. People say I've got ADHD. People say I've got autism. What's the diagnosis going to do? We roll with it. Next oyster, let's go. The funny thing is, this live is going nowhere but the people who are watching this live. So if I get food poisoning, everyone watching this will have a little secret of me having food poisoning. You love a collab with Casey from Love Island for no reason, right? Casey from Love Island, fun story about that. Basically, I've been on Instagram now for about 4.5 years. Casey was on Love Island about three and a half years ago. Anyway, I'm scrolling Instagram and I see like a Love Islander come up on my Instagram feed. As you may have guessed, I'm not the sort of guy who watches Love Island. So I'm like, why am I following some like Love Island, someone who's going on this season's of Love Island? And I go on him and I scroll through his profile. I'm like, oh, I kind of recognise him. I go on the messages with him, and turns out since I had like 5,000 followers on Instagram, he'd been messaging me tons of food ideas, and I've actually made videos that Casey from Love Island suggested, because he was suggesting me loads of really cool food ideas, and to the point where I was like, this guy's pretty sound, I'll follow him back. So before Casey was Casey from Love Island, Casey was Casey giving El Burrito Monster really good videos to make on Instagram. That was actually before I started YouTube as well. So, yeah, Casey from Love Island. Turns out he's just a massive foodie, and that's why I know who he is. So when he goes on Love Island, I'm like, that's so random. But yeah, definitely not a Love Island fan. But yeah, Casey is certainly a character. I've seen him a few times since he's been on various Love Island shows, and he's probably you're one of a kind. Never mind my stern opinions, but you show what you do. Cheers, Matthew. Yeah, Casey from Love Island he's slept with quite a lot of people, a scary number of people. I think I saw him a few months after the show, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm maybe sleeping with like 4 or 5 new people a week," and I'm like, "What? What? Why? How?" The man had a mission. He went about it in an interesting way. Have you ever thought about collaborating with Sam's Eats? Because yeah, no, to be fair, I've met him a few times, to be fair. I think our content styles are so different that I don't know how we do an actual collab, but he's a really nice guy, and I'm meaning to see him more, actually. Also, Sam's Eats, fun fact, he's 6'5". Did not expect it when I first met him. Because you see the angles on the screen. I'm 6'3", so I'm tall-ish. When you see Sam's Eats at 6'5", you're like, bloody hell. Makes you feel short. Yeah, so you get, when you pop the oyster off, you just like move your little blade all the way around the side. There's a little bit where it's like attached to the shell, so that's the bit you need to like niggle just to get that. There you go, get that off, and then you got a slippy slidey oyster that's good to go. You see, I know the rap god, Big Gorman. The rap god actually doxed me a few years ago and sent his followers after me. I got loads of death threats, so he's in my bad books ever since. He didn't mean to send them all after me, but he made a post about me. It was just silly. And all his followers just came after me for it. Are you high-key threatened by Phoenix's rise, which is fair because you objected? Nah, Phoenix is hilarious. I'm rooting for his success. It's one of those. He's now bigger than me on YouTube, but it doesn't matter. I've got every other platform on him. I've got Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook are far ahead. He's just smashing it on YouTube right now, and it's because he's just so funny and relatable. And I think YouTube has got that like just normal, relatable, funny people. I don't know. YouTube's like, we're all a bit geeky here, we're all a bit weird. Yeah, no, Matthew, I get enough brand deals to like call it a living, so I get enough. I do get things coming in, so I'm not struggling to get by on the brand deals and stuff. We need more El Burrito. I'll do more El Burrito. To be fair, I should really do a burrito rolling live stream at some point. If I've got friends over and I'm making like 8 burritos, I'll come on live while I roll them all. Right, new oyster. What's going on this one? Tell you what I'll do. What I'll go with. Oh, should we do an anchovy oyster? I've got some. These are low key. Some of the best supermarket anchovies going. We can almost do a bit of a chicken Caesar oyster. Right, we're doing a chicken. What's Phoenix's usually? Yeah, chef_Phoenix. He's banging. Watch his videos. It's so good. Right, there we go. We're gonna do a chicken Caesar oyster. Right, so what do we go with first? I reckon. Oh, is it open? No, not open. So just gonna work out if I've got an open mayonnaise before. Oh, I do have an open mayonnaise. Right. Right, chicken Caesar oyster is oyster, squeeze of mayo, anchovy. Let me get the fork out. It's fun, this. I can just test out ideas and I can like bring this to content if any of them work. I do this off live stream normally. Right, there you go. So, oyster, mayo, anchovy, parmesan. When you eat the oyster, don't break eye contact. All right, deal. Crunchy breadcrumbs on top, aka. Yeah, I've got breadcrumbs on top. Right, so mayo, anchovy, parmesan. There we go. Black pepper. A little bit of black pepper. I've got a lime that's open. Do I need to do a lemon or or is a lime okay? Experiments what your best I go for. Right, I'm just gonna. I don't think it matters if I do lemon or lime. Alright. Right. Squeeze of lime juice. And then breadcrumbs we need for the final layer. I'd probably really like to have like freshly toasted breadcrumbs for it, but I've got a pack of panko, so just for the interest of time, I'll go for a bit of panko on top. There we go. And that is a chicken Caesar oyster. Let's have a go. No, no breaking eye contact. Oh, oh. Not bad. Not my favourite, and it needs spice. I do like spice. Matthew, don't worry, mate. It is what it is. The long forms, I'm not going to post long forms to try and like go viral, get views. It's just nice to like, people want to like sit down and watch something for 14 minutes. I want to have some content there that they can just go on, watch and hang out for a bit. Did I forage these myself? I wish. No, I bought them at the fishmonger 4 days ago. We got to tonight and I was like, 4 days is already pushing it with oysters. Do I want to wait till day 5? And like, I don't even know when I'd eat them tomorrow because I'm going out at like 4 o'clock PM. Oyster X gravy. Gravy oysters. Yes. Yes. Do I have instant gravy? I know I've got some in the freezer. Hang on. Let's see what I got in the fridge. Alright, here's the current state of the fridge. It's pretty manic. What have I got going on? Certainly no gravy. But I know I've got gravy in freezer. In fact, we're going to go freezer tour. Lamb curry sauce. Is there going to be a gravy in here? Right, hang on. New plan. Right. I'm going to make gravy. Right. If I put you like there, is that going to work? What do I have in the way of gravy? I'd love to just have Bisto right now, but I don't think I have it. I normally just make gravy, and I've got some in the freezer. When was the last time I made gravy? Would I still have it in the freezer? I don't think I will. Right, I've got gravy granules. Perfect. What a day. What a lovely day. Right, kettle boiling. Right. Kettle's boiling and we're going to make a gravy oyster. Right. Oysters before bed. You're not going to go to bed tonight. You might get more live streams. This has been really fun. So I'm only doing it because I thought, it'd be a good laugh. And it has actually been quite a good laugh. Give me a minute and I'll make gravy oysters. I'll put the anchovies away now. But yeah, BTW, these anchovies, low-key slap. They're in Tesco and they're the best ones I've tried from the supermarket. The best ones I've tried that haven't been in a restaurant, actually. They're better anchovies than this in San Sebastian when I was there earlier in the year. Right. Kettle's boiling on my left, so give me a sec to let that boil. And you tried to grill chicken, it was too windy. Kept putting all the flame out. What was the start of that story, Jamie? I feel like that's the midpoint of the story. Why do British seem gay and sound gay? Right, have a day off. I actually did have something on my nose then. I assure you, it's nothing like that. I did not do anything like that. Actually, you're one of the more interesting and creative food content creators on there. Cheers, Thomas. I've got 3 oysters left. One of them's going to be a gravy oyster coming soon, so I'm open to ideas for the final 2 oysters. I've got most things in the pantry. So if you want to, whatever oyster you want, I'm going to make it a vinegary gravy, because you need the sourness for an oyster. Bovril, I do have, Bovril and gravy are kind of aligned. So when I saw Bovril in the cupboard, but I'll show you the cupboard as well. That's one of them. That's another one. That, and that. Hot honey oyster. I will do hot honey. I've got habanero and jalapeno hot honey, so I go with a habanero hot honey oyster. Right, pizza oyster. Right, so far I've got pizza and hot honey. Are there any other ideas before we carbonara oyster? Oh, I mean, carbonara would be, you could top it with an egg yolk, pecorino. Don't have pecorino actually. I've got parmesan, so it'd be egg yolk, parmesan, black pepper, and bacon. But I had to cook the bacon, so it's a little bit long. Deep fried oyster. I'm not trying to do cooking at this time. Kitchen's messy already as it is. Pickled red onions or something. I've got pickled red onions. I think so far. What would I do for a pizza oyster? Right. Anyway, the kettle's boiled, so let me get a mug. Right. In fact, you know, I ought to position the camera so you can actually see more stuff going on. So I'm gonna do a bit of moving around. Give me 2 ticks. Right there. There you go. You're a little bit further away from the camera now, so I can kind of show you things more clearly. There you go. Right. So, just to prove I'm not really a Bisto user, unopened Bisto. I do make it normally, I promise. I do like Bisto, don't get me wrong. I just, I'll make a big batch of gravy, like red wine, all that kind of stuff, and I'll freeze it. But if I got it in the freezer, it's buried so far in the back now that I'd have to properly rummage around to find it. Oyster stuffed crust pizza. Peanut butter oyster, I could do that. 2 girls, 1 cup reaction while eating food. I have to head to an exam now. Good luck with your exam, Annie. Good luck. You're going to smash it. Eat some oysters afterwards. I'm able to do a chimichurri oyster. I could do a bit of a chimichurri oyster. I'm actually feeling that. I'm thinking, what's the other one that we had? What was the other one? There was 2 that we were committed to. So we got, I like the idea of chimichurri. There was pizza, but there's one other one. I'm scrolling up now. So I'm just scrolling down the thing from the top. So we're doing the gravy. Has bovril been tried? But we discussed that. Pizza, oyster cheese onion soup, Dr. Pepper. Hot honey. So it's hot honey. So we've got hot honey, chimichurri, potentially like a MSG in the gravy. Are we thinking jalapeno and orange rind? Ollie, how to groom your eyebrows though, right? Oh, sorry, I'm scrolling back down. You're all telling me hot honey. So I scrolled up in the chat and now you're all telling me now, sorry. So Mark, scroll back down the mail. Right, right, yeah, sorry, I was up scrolling, right. It was hot honey, I completely forgot. In fact, do you know what I'll do to remind myself? Is get the hot honey out, wherever it is. Where did it go? Maybe did I put it up here? Hot honey, I was literally eating it today. Oh, here's one of them. That's the jalapeno. Oh, is that it there? Is it hiding? There we go, right. Well, that's chipotle. We've got chipotle, jalapeno. And there's a habanero bobbing around as well somewhere. Is that it? Ah, habanero, boom. This is the one I'm going to use. Habanero hot honey. What? Flambe. Oh, moonshine flambéed oyster. We'll do hot honey moonshine. Hot honey moonshine oyster. Oh shit, I need to make the gravy. Hang on. Sorry. Right, little Bisto gravy going on. So obviously with Bisto gravy, you've always got to pimp it up. So a bit of Maggi, liquid seasoning. We'll go for a splash of soy. Where is it? Malt vinegar is always good. Oh, excuse the plastic bottle, not the old glass dropper. Splash of malt vinegar. Splash more of malt vinegar because it's an oyster. You want it to be quite sour. Make sure it scrolls to the bottom. Give yourself to the Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ. I'm okay. Surf and turf oysters a shout. Just put a bit. I've got chicken. If it might be a bit out of context, but any tips on cutting a raw chicken in 20 minutes? You need tips for your assessment. I don't have any tips. I think just breast, wing, leg. Gang, it's 1 AM right now. I don't know where you are, but you're somewhere east of me. Your poor stomach's like, what are you doing, bro? Right. How's that? A nice sour gravy. Right, I need to actually shuck the oyster now. What's the next running aim? I've got 2 Hyroxes in the early next year, and then I've got a marathon in April. So I'm doing 2 Hyrox. I'm doing 2 Hyrox 2 days apart, and 2 Hyrox on the same day in January and February. I've actually just had a shoulder surgery, so there's a little keyhole surgery wound there. So I'm waiting for that to heal up. I'm a bit limited with my arm movement still slightly. I was in a sling for 3 weeks until quite recently. So as soon as that's healed up, I'll be smashing it out again. Right, gravy oyster coming right up. Never had oysters, doesn't seem very good. It's one of those things where when you start having oysters and you like them more the more you have them. It's like beer almost. It's like drinking beer when you're a teenager. You don't really like it at first, but you do it to look cool. You might be the best one in the family. Who's the best skier? Low-key Laser 5, are you one of my cousins right now trying to bait me? I used to be the best skier as a kid, but one of my cousins, who I'm going with at New Year, he did a ski season, so he'll now be better than me. But I've not skied with him since he did a ski season, but he will now be better than me. So I'll now be the second best skier in the family, unfortunately. Followed by my sister, probably. Oyster delicious, especially with a beer. Hope you shoulder heals good. Cheers, thank you. Jimmy Carr is the team of El Burrito one, so just saying. Right, so reminder for anyone new to the stream, I got the oyster. This is what it looks like. The way you shuck it is you stick your little oyster shucker, which is basically like a little, the blade itself isn't that sharp. It's just like a little, it is kind of sharp, but the idea isn't to be a knife. You couldn't use it to cut things that easily. So you get the tip of the shucker into that end I just pointed, and you wiggle it, wiggle it in, and it will just pop. Like so, there you go. It's full of water, this one. And then this basically comes up a little bit. You'll see there. So it comes up, and you want to slide your knife along the length of it, detach the oyster, pull it off. It's quite actually a girthy oyster in this one. And then when you got this oyster, I can empty the liquid out because it's going to be filled with gravy in a sec. It's attached. See, so this end here is not actually attached to the shell, so that bit is already loose. But on this side here, you'll see there, it's attached right there. So you'll run off the shucker down there, give it a little flip to make it look pretty. You see, the bit where it's attached to was just there, so I've shook that, and now I've got this oyster good to go. So now, aim of the game, full focus while you're doing that. I used to think that you were AI because I couldn't believe the types of food I was creating. It's just, it's got more and more elaborate as time has gone on. Right, I'll pour it, see if you can see the pour. This is very malt vinegary gravy. I'll get as much in there as I can. Gravy oyster. Mmm. 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 You know what? Not bad. Not bad at all. Right. This next one, we're gonna do some theatrics. You're gonna see some stunts on screen. We're gonna do habanero hot honey, and to match the flames, I've got moonshine. So here, I've got a 72% moonshine that's gonna flame up like an absolute madman. So, hot honey, splash of vinegar, splash of moonshine. I'm gonna light it on fire, then eat it. And then after that, we'll have one oyster left. So, after the hot honey moonshine, the final one is up for debate. How often do I pretend something's tasty? Never. If something's shit, sorry, if something's bad, sorry for swearing, I won't post it. Do I have oysters on the reg? No. I just happened to buy some at the fishmongers 4 days ago. I got to today and I hadn't done anything with them yet. So I was like, oh bugger, I need to eat them. Love the videos, Elbury, share them to all your friends. Cheers, man. Thank you, appreciate it. Can I pickle an oyster? Do you want me to pickle the oyster? Oh, I've obviously got to eat the final one now. I'll Google that another day. It sounds like someone chugging down an oyster is horrendous. Right. I need to find a lighter. Wait there 2 secs. Right. We got the lighter. We got the moonshine. We got the hot honey. And what kind of vinegar? Red wine, white wine, malt vinegar, rice wine vinegar. Tell you what, I'll go red wine. I'll go for this. It's a Italian red. I bought it on holiday when I was near Naples. Is the chimichurri still an option? So whatever the chat is, chimichurri is the preference of the chat for the final oyster. It'll involve a little bit of chopping. I'll have to chop up and make a little bit of a chimichurri. But if that's the preference, we'll do it. I don't know what. Ironically, the best so far is probably just the Tabasco. Tabasco is the perfect oyster condiment. Like, I don't normally. It's not my favorite hot sauce normally, but something about a pepper Tabasco is just like the perfect. Apple cider vinegar. I do have apple cider vinegar. Yeah, there you go. Apple cider vinegar. I'll go with that. We'll go with apple cider vinegar. Right. Time to shuck the oyster. So 2 oysters left. Just these 2 here. The rest of them are all shells. This has been low-key the funnest live stream I've ever done. I used to do them on TikTok like a long time ago. What's the difference between an epileptic corn farm worker and a sex worker with diarrhea? One shucks between fits and one fits between shucks, I guess. Do I have a cookbook? Not yet, no. You must get stoned thinking some of these food combos. No, to be honest, I drink. I have the occasional drunk cigarette, but other than that, try the oysters cooked sometimes. They become meaty. Okay. I'm not doing any cooking tonight, but for sure, if you have any... By the way, the best way to give me ideas that I'll definitely see, I do try and read all my Instagram DMs if it's not too busy. So if you send a few in there, I will see it eventually, because on the days when I'm quieter, I'll just have a quick scroll through, and anything that looks like it's a suggestion, I'll try and read. Oh, do you want to? I don't know how to run a poll on YouTube Live. Let's see if I can work it out. Shit, have I just none? Plus start a poll. Final oyster. And it was chimichurri. Or I'll put other for now. If you don't want chimichurri. Right. Where's your woman, handsome fucker? Me and my ex broke up about 4 months ago. Long story. We were together about 3 years. she she thought my social media was cringe, and yeah, and it just yeah, it didn't work. It wasn't for us. I broke up with her in the end. She wasn't my person. I'm 28. I want my life partner, not someone who doesn't really like who I am. She was too normal for me. I need someone weirder. I think we got together based on sexual attraction without really looking at compatibility. Problem is when you're with someone long enough, you can't be cool and suave. You're always going to be you and weird, and I'm me and weird. Right. Right, there we go. Chimichurri is looking like a solid favourite. At least you have good discernment. Cheers, everyone. I appreciate you. But yeah, no, examples would be like we'd be on holiday, and I'd want to get like a quick video to like be able to tax deduct the flights and hotel, and I'd be paying for the holidays, and she'd be like, "Oh, okay, stop filming stuff. It's really weird and really annoying and really cringe." Blah blah blah. Basically, she needs a guy who isn't on social media because she finds the whole thing cringe. I'm not even a social media guy. I just fell into it by accident. I like to cook random shit and just started filming it one day. So I'm not even the sort of guy who's a fucking. I'm not some hammering in front. I just want to make good scram in my back garden most of the time and just have a good time with it. But yeah, anyway, enough of that. Back to oysters. Right, I'm gonna empty out all the excess liquid. Right, so our penultimate oyster. So this one's gonna be hot honey. So yeah, right, we're gonna go hot honey, habanero hot honey. It's spicy. As requested, splash of apple cider vinegar. And then this is the fun bit. I want to burn off most of this alcohol because I don't want to get drunk. Right, splash of moonshine. And then, watch this. In fact, I'm ending the poll so you can get better visibility at the screen. Right, flaming oyster, hang on. It is actually on fire, you just can't see it. Yeah, can you see it? You see the flame? Can you see it? It is still going. Please tell me you can see this right now. Oh, anyway, I'm gonna let the I'll hold it really close. I'm gonna let most of the alcohol burn off because I don't want to be drinking moonshine this late at night. The thing is, when you do chimichurri in a hot pan, all the fumes go up and the flame looks really cool. I think with an oyster, it's just it stopped going now. Right. Oh, there we go. Right, let's have a look. Wow. Oh, that is the best oyster yet. That is the best oyster yet. I actually got sent this as a free PR gift. I'm not shouted them out yet, so I'm going to give them a little shout out on my story. But what is it called? JD's Extra Hot Honey, habanero infused. That was the nicest oyster yet. Sweetness, sourness, spice, moonshine for dramatic effect. Oh, banging. Right, how are we gonna? I think chimichurri. We voted for chimichurri. It's our best bet to beat hot honey. So, chimichurri oyster coming right up. Right, what do I need? Right. Give me a this is these. Right, we've got coriander. I don't need that much coriander because it's only going to be a small batch of chimichurri. And it's supposed to be coriander and parsley, but I'm going to do coriander and mint for my chimichurri. A few mint leaves with the coriander. Let me find my knife. Here's a knife. Sink is behind a little. Right. So let me get a little. Obviously, the little recycled goo pot for the chimichurri. That hot honey oyster was so good. I'll just put my phone on Do Not Disturb, actually. Can I do that while I'm in a call? Do Not Disturb. There we go. Sorry. I had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I keep getting... I haven't got a referral code for honey. No, they sent me the honey, but I'd recommend it. Has it fixed it? I had to just, yeah. I think someone was WhatsApp calling me and it messed up the sync. I've turned my phone on Do Not Disturb to stop them doing it. Right, so we've got coriander, a bit of mint. I know mint isn't technically. It's supposed to be parsley. We'll go for a bit of a thicker red wine vinegar. Right, I've also got some nice olive oil, actually. Where's my nice olive oil? Here it is. Honestly, the amount of random stuff I get sent nowadays. This is from a little farm in Greece. Really nice olive oil, actually. It's a fresh harvest from this season. I actually did. You can do a blind taste test. You can try this against like a decent supermarket one, and this one's from last season. This one's from this season, and you can actually like really taste the difference when you try them side by side. This one's got a stronger flavour. So if you don't really like olive oil, you're actually best off going for the supermarket ones like the Espagnola or Filippo Berrio. But if you really like olives, this one does have a really good olivey flavour. So. We've got olives, I need garlic. Garlic. Give me 2 ticks, I'll make a chimichurri. Restart the stream, it's so out of sync. Oh, should I restart the stream? Hang on. Comment now if I need to restart the stream or not. Is it working or not? Is it good? Is the stream good? Okay, cool. I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, my Wi-Fi, I'm on data, so. Let me just blow my nose and wash wash my hands. Right, so we got coriander, red wine vinegar, olive oil, little clove of garlic in there too. Probably don't need a whole clove with this tiny little batch of chimichurri we're doing. That'll probably do. I'll ditch that there. Chili. Right, a little bit of chili going in. You might have two, but it's good. Right. What are you on about, cigar ash? What is everyone looking at? I don't know. Right. Chili. That's probably enough for that. What, a bit of oregano is it in a chimichurri? Bit of oregano. Then I'll go, where's my smoky salt? Smoky salt, smoky, smoky salt. Here's my smoky salt. Little bit smoky salt. A little bit more because I won't be putting that much in there. There we go. A bit of cumin, I guess. What we are showing? What is sort of try? Oh right, you think? A little bit of cumin. So so we got. Don't have parsley. We've got coriander, mint, olive oil, red wine vinegar, garlic, chili, oregano, salt. What else is in a chimichurri that I'm missing? What am I not thinking of? Anything else, or are we good? I might do a little bit more vinegar, to be fair. Why am I in a basement? I'm in a kitchen, brewski. We'll just splash more vinegar. It smells like a chimichurri to me. I guess a bit of soy sauce, actually. Do you go soy sauce in a? We'll go a bit of soy. Just a little splash. I don't have adobo now. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, okay, that's good. Good. What am I making, Vivian? I'm making my final oyster of the night. A chimichurri oyster. So, for anyone finally here for the final oyster of the night, this is an oyster. This is an oyster shucker. The way you get your shucking oyster is you jam the shucker into there, you give it a wobble, you get the knife underneath, and you slide it under there to detach it from the top. You slide it around to get down to the bottom. What's the same? Lacto any hot sauce is the best. I don't have any lacto in right now because here is my next lacto. This is going to be my Scotch bonnet mango lacto sauce, but it needs at least another week. But it's nice and bubbly and active, to be fair. So we move. Have I been to India? Not for many years, but I want to go again soon. The sugar can also be used to initiate life insurance claims. Right. Right, jam the sugar in the top. Give it a little wobble. It's popped. There we go, just like that. So you see that it lifts. Any of the ash that comes off it, you want to just get it out of the way. You don't want to get it inside the oyster itself. The shell is quite brittle. It does chip quite easily. Did you include the Taco Bell fire sauce? No. Right, get the blade underneath, slide it along, shuck it. I've seen how quick some of these pros can do it. Oh, it's the girthiest oyster of the night, this one. Bloody hell. Does it smell okay? Smells fine, yeah. Girthiest bad boy of the night. Right. So then it's just, getting this clean. Sliding it round that side of the oyster, round the inside. It's attached like on the bottom side there, so you just give it a little shimmy shimmy, scrape along the thing till it detaches, and give it a little flip when it does. Is that gone? Is that tight? Boom. There it is. The final oyster. Do-do-do-do. 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 Right. Fill it with chimichurri. I'm going to go a bit of extra chili for good measure because I just love it spicy. There we go. A bit of extra red chili on top. And there's my 8th oyster of the night. I'm gonna have so much fun in the night tonight. I'm going to bed in like half an hour. Right, final chimichurri oyster. Can we get a guess? Is it going to be better than hot honey, vinegar and moonshine, or is it going to be worse than hot honey, vinegar and moonshine? Have you seen the one that eats like 100 oysters wherever she is? Yeah, I've seen her. She's hilarious. Right. I don't love it. I think chimichurri with steak, chimichurri oysters is not a thing. It doesn't do. Hot honey, this bad boy here wins the night. It was this, moonshine and vinegar, followed by Tabasco. Gravy, if I'd used a really good red wine gravy, made it really sour, maybe that could have worked. But yeah, no, chimichurri oysters is not the one. While you're here, I'm having a go at making San Sebastian style tortilla. So I'll show you this, what I made earlier. I'm not quite there yet, but it's quite thin. But here's my attempt at like a San Sebastian style tortilla. Very, very caramelized onions. I took them a bit too far. But this is my second time making it. So what I do is I have a go at making things behind the scenes. I make it a few times until I get it right, basically. So these are going to get frozen and given away to probably my sister because she likes it. I'll have a little. Mark, were you the hot honey suggester? Well, you smashed it. I think it obviously relies on how good the hot honey is. But I've got a really good hot honey, so it was banging. But I'll show you the aftermath of my oysters. Here is the oyster station. This is what we've been up to. Should I do this as a thing, and I'll just go on and just like do something like oysters, or I could even just cook a steak and try each piece of steak with something else. So should I do more like this? Do you think? Was this fun? I could do oysters again and just do wild oysters. Or I could do, what else could I do other than oysters? Like chicken strips with different stuff. Obviously, I'll come on and do some burrito rolling at some point. Mark, I don't think the moonshine added much to the flavour. I think it added a slight little flame that we waited for it to burn off. But I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced the moonshine added much to the experience. But I'll certainly be back. I'm gonna go and clean up now. In fact, I might read the stream while I start washing up. Some leftover pumpkins, some Halloween. This bit's not going to be actually that entertaining, actually. It'll probably be people dwindling away as I just carry on washing up. So I'll dart off, but comment on my latest YouTube vid, what you want me to see live stream in the future, and I'll do it, because this was fun. So thanks for everyone coming by. I had a good laugh, tried some good oysters. Hot honey oysters I'm going to serve to people now because that was so good. If I have a date round or something, I'll get oysters and do hot honey oysters. Right. Anyway, cheers all. Sleep well. Have a good, what day are we on? We're on Tuesday. Have a good rest of the week. Wednesday's not too scary. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.